never fall in love with your business. I think he told me that 10 years ago when I started.
Never fall in love with.
Never fall.
What does that mean?
If you make it too personal, you kind of lose that the edge, because when you fall in love with a brand, you don't see clearly anymore. And he told me that, I don't know, 10 years ago when I started doing my own thing. Never fall in love with your business.
Welcome to another episode of Next Gen Entrepreneurs. I'm here with Raja. It's a pleasure having you on this episode. Serial entrepreneur, coming from a second generation family business and also a sportsman. One of the best when it comes to polo, which we're going to explore in this show. So Raja, tell me a bit about the history of your family business. Started when,
1985. Yep. My father started our engineering firm in Kuwait. I was maybe 4 or 5 years old at the time. Yes, and he grew the business to what it is today. So it's been a long road and lots of projects that we've done, and very proud of that. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So what was it like growing up, watching your father build, this fantastic business? I mean, it's been international company.
A bit of a rock star.
Yeah.
You see like for example in Kuwait you have the telecommunication tower, which at the time was the 5th tallest tower in the world. So we'd always drive around and say, I made this tower, and this is my tower, and so this is my father did this, my father did that. So a bit of a rock star. The consulting firm in Kuwait was quite large and prominent. So we did a lot of work. I used to go with him to site. I used to go pour cement. I used to go help out, but I was tiny at the time, so I didn't really know.
How important do you think that is for family businesses when they're grooming the next generation to have youngsters be observers, get a chance to touch, feel, see what's going on? How important is that for?
Well, my father's going to laugh if he sees this, but from day number one, he told me I was going to be an engineer. You're going to be a civil engineer, you're going to work with me, civil engineer, work with me, civil engineer, work with me. And lo and behold, I'm a civil engineer now, and 20 years experience almost, and I'm a civil engineer. So yes, it was very important. It was always instilled in us. And we enjoy it, to be honest. It's a lot of hard work, but we enjoy it, yes.
And what's been the biggest challenges that you faced working in a family business all these years?
Working in a family business, the only person who can say no to his father is his eldest son. It is tough because...
You're the eldest son.
I am the eldest son. Because there's no clock. There's no checking in at 8 and checking out at 6. You could be working at midnight and you could be at home right now. So work is work and needs to get done. There's no, it could be 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it takes. This is the difference, is that it is whatever it takes. And people, I think, forget that passion or family first or work first, especially in the family business. It's whatever it takes, anytime, wherever.
And what's been the biggest learnings where maybe there were a few slip-ups, trying to get into the right rhythm or the right discipline with work, and maybe your father's had a few words with you.
Early years discipline. To be honest, I started. My father spoiled us, of course. Thank you to him. And we now in the last few years, I'm hungry to work really hard. So now I've been pushing myself as much as possible. In the first few years, you're young and you want to do this and you want to travel there and this and that, and showing up to the office late like everybody's done, etc., etc. I got away with it sometimes, but to be honest, he's made an example of me many times. There's been a few slip-ups, yes. Delivery's not going on time. We work in Africa predominantly, so everything needs to get DHL, needs to get traveling. We're constantly on airplane. We're flying around the world, just trying to get projects done and finalized and started. So yes, there have been slip-ups, yes.
So what tips would you give a next-gen member who is maybe in their 20s, they're just starting off in their family business? Looking back now, your experience, what tips would you give them?
I wouldn't rush straight into the family business straight away. I would maybe do something in a similar field, but outside, so you get more disciplined and you learn a few things. Because maybe I was a little bit pampered when I came in and I was allowed to do what I wanted to do, but I would highly recommend, as my brother did when he graduated, he went off and so did I in the construction world. Just go off a little bit, do something, and then come back, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, or go off and do your master's, go get some kind of learning experience from elsewhere, and then come back. Because when you graduate, you're still young, 24, 23, and you just kind of want to do things differently, and you want to still experience the world. So I highly recommend doing something away from the family business, 1 year, in the similar field and then come back into the business.
So that's similar field.
Similar field or whatever you'd like, but I don't know if, we had a small construction firm here. So after the first year working with my father, I said, look, I gotta take a little break. This is, so we had a small construction company here in Dubai. I used to be on site at 6 a.m. and I used to be site engineer. And that kind of gave me a little bit more responsibility. I had to be certain places, pouring cement at 5 o'clock in the morning, things like that. But it was good. It taught me a bit more discipline, and I didn't always have the yes, it's okay card,
And how long is a good time to work outside before joining the family business, in your opinion?
Some people have friends of mine have gone off for a while and then joined. But for us, I've always wanted to work with my father, and so it was quick. It was never really, we're still in the same field, but I've always wanted to do this. So for me, it was a year, maximum 2 years, and I was back in. So it's not
and you mentioned earlier, if it's not, it's education, masters, whatever.
Yes.
How important is education? I mean, people have different opinions on is a degree or a master's or
yes,
that going to support the family business. I mean, what's your thoughts on?
A professional degree is very important. Education, of course. Well, I went to university in California. My brother went to NYU. My father went to University of Texas. So yes, education for us is very, very important. I didn't go do my master's. I wish I did, but I didn't. My brother went and he did it, so he enjoyed himself doing that. I think it's very important, and experience. It's more people experience than it is just work experience. It's just life experience, really. Especially when you go overseas, you leave home, you go to New York or Los Angeles or wherever it may be, London. It is experience, and you're a bit older when you get to do your masters as well. So you're a bit more refined and more responsible, as I like to say. Yes.
Moving away from business for a second, growing up, what would you say are your family's strongest values or principles? Where growing up, that's part of the DNA of your family. These are rituals, these are principles, these are values. Tell me more about that at a family level.
We are very, I said this before, family first, whatever it takes. I think we
are family first, business second.
Well, because our business is family, it's a family business, it's whatever it takes.
Right.
And I think we pride ourselves on that we just cover each other all the time, whatever it takes. We like saying that in the family, whatever it takes. Yeah.
And what would be the values that there's no compromise on?
No compromise, loyalty. It's just it's like discipline, and we're in this together. Really, if you don't want to be in it, don't be in it. But we're in this together, whether we like it or not. So let's do it properly.
And my understanding, you have a lot of frequency when it comes to communication with the family. Yes. Coming together. Could you share a few things that you do which are fairly sacred? It happens.
We're very, very close family. So yeah, we're regular together, whether it's everyday lunches or everyday dinners, or we travel together at least twice a year together. We have a few homes around. We are. Yeah, very, very tight-knit family. There's no, we enjoy each other's company. We laugh. That's it. So I guess if you enjoy each other's company, that makes life easier being together. Yes.
So going back to the family business, the main business, and we'll get to the other parts in a second, because you're an entrepreneur, you're an investor.
Yes.
There's other things that you're also doing. So when it comes to the main family business, with family, it's professionalized. You've got professional people. How does that work? You being a director, but essentially you're also an employee.
Yes.
As a family member, and you're working with other professionals.
Yes.
Could you tell us about some learnings there, and
yes,
if others are thinking of professionalizing their business, some tips around that and getting that right?
For sure. Our number 2 in the business is an engineer named Rupina Jampazian. She's my father's right hand and my boss, and she's been my boss since I was, 24, since I graduated. And she's the most professional woman I've ever met in my life. She's an incredible engineer, incredible person, great communicator, great team leader. And I've learned a lot from her on how to manage things, because unfortunately in our business, patience is key, because nothing gets done so quickly, though clients want things to be done immediately, and it's very tough in the engineering construction world to have things on time. We have a lot of engineers that do work for us. People, I mean, I'm only 18-year experienced engineers. We have engineers that have 40 years experience. So being sort of a director and being an engineer and an employee, as I sort of have this higher position, yet not. But
do you get treated differently, even though
maybe when I was younger, yes, but now no. Now there's no. I'm an employee and director, and that's it. So again, whatever it takes.
So your boss, being a professional, has complete authority if something's not working
over me. Yes, 100%.
And do you recommend other family businesses should professionalize and bring in
100%
people from outside?
I agree.
Or should it all be just about family running everything?
I don't agree with that at all. I think you should definitely have experts in their field. However, whatever age they are, they must be part of your business and part of the hierarchy of the business, in my opinion. Because it's not all yes and thank you and habibi and this and that. You need some people who are professional at what they do. That makes your business better. It grows your business. They're not yes men, they're not no men. They just, this is my job, this is what I have to do, this is what it is. And when they grow with you, they become part of the family, yes, of course. But it's still, work. And I highly recommend, in my opinion, it must be like that way. I don't believe in employee structures where it's from the top all the way to the bottom, it's all family. I don't agree with that. So.
Well, thanks for sharing those insights. And the other thing that's unique with your business is it's not about next generation have come in, this is it, this is the family business, full time, only doing this, you can't do anything else. So what's different here, maybe you can explain, how did your other part of your entrepreneurial journey start linked to the family business, but you've got the independence to do other things?
Yes, look, again, I was always had a slight flexibility in the business. So I've always piqued interest in other things, traveling a lot around the world. I had a small trading business. I was doing whatever is commodities, just traveling where we were, especially in Africa. You could pick up certain things that I don't know, whatever it was, cars or water or whatever it is. Not that I did much work there. I was still young, but I tried. From there, I opened a nightclub in Dubai. That was quite interesting. I really enjoyed that. It had a nice long life. Thank you. And then we started our cold pressed juice company, which I'll introduce you to a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fortunate enough to be allowed to have the space to go and try to grow my own side business at the time.
And why is that? What was your father's view on that? You've got a company already. You want to grow your business. But
it's also, I
your
think
son's now
you're right.
going into 2-3 other areas.
I think he saw it as also a peace of mind. Sometimes you need the mind to work in two different areas. You need something that's going to pique your interest and kind of take you off, like whatever the major work is, of course, but also like helps you. I don't know. It's like refreshing almost. It's a new task, and you whatever it is, you get to fit the time in with your day. Whether it takes you 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day, whatever it is, you have to fill it into your day. It was not an excuse like go away from work and don't come back. No. It was fit into your day. Go do what you like. I'll help you, whatever you want, but get the job done. And yeah, good luck to you.
And what's the learnings of being an entrepreneur with some of those? Maybe some tips again for the viewers, for next gen members looking to start a business. Looking back now.
Look, I tell you.
What's your top 3 tips?
Seeing my father, how he started our business, and me starting my business, I have no idea how he's done this. Overheads are crazy. How do you manage to run a business? I mean, every day there's some surprise. Never fall in love with your business. I think he told me that 10 years ago when I started.
Never fall in love with. What does that mean?
If you make it too personal, you kind of lose that the edge. Because when you fall in love with a brand, you don't see clearly anymore. And he told me that, I don't know, 10 years ago when I started doing my own thing. Never fall in love with your business.
So almost like an emotional attachment.
You become so attached that you don't make the right decisions. You need to be cutthroat. This is life, this is work. Keep this separate than that. And thank God for that. I mean, I know a lot of my friends who did fall in love with their business, and they became a bit too emotional, and unfortunately some of the businesses failed. But again, some of the businesses succeeded. You never know. It could be a passion project that you start with 1 dirham and becomes a multi-million-dollar company.
So that's one useful tip. Give me 2 more maybe for our viewers. What are the other learnings? What are the other tips if someone's starting off?
I tell you, starting off, start your day really early. I get up around 5:30, 6 o'clock every day, whether I'm on my laptop or working or in the gym or riding horses or whatever it is, but it just kind of sets that mindset of get started and hit the ground running. My father always told, because my father's always been an early riser, whether he, sometimes he never even slept, but it was just, hit the ground running, and I love it. At 10 o'clock I'm in bed before that. It just completely changes your life, really.
I want to get more into that. What is it about starting off your day so early? I mean, what's the is it you've got more hours?
You read these like you have more. Because
there's beliefs out there. Some people are really effective in the morning.
Yeah.
Others are not. They're owls. They're out in the evening, and that's when they work and get things.
If you read, I don't know, everything pops up on social media these days. They tell you, I don't know, what's his name, Bill Gates gets up at 5:30 in the morning, goes for a run, and you think these guys are crazy. Why is he getting up at 5:30 in the morning? What's he doing? And as I'm doing it now, I completely understand. Whether or not he's reading a book or reading the paper or watching the news or jogging and listening to something, at least you start planning your day. And I'm a very organized and regimented person. I like things to be in order, and I realize now how important it is to just get up and go,
So don't get emotionally attached to a business. Wake up early.
Get up and go,
What's your third tip for?
Third tip.
As an entrepreneur.
Your contacts are your lifeline. Your contacts are your, you need to, how do I say this? Some people don't like to go out and do things and meet people. I love going out and meeting people. I never forget a face, I never forget a name. I have everybody's number. And so many people have helped me along the line because I'm a people person. I enjoy conversation. I know about things, I hope. I don't know much about the world. Funny enough, my father used to tell me, I used to say, oh, you think you know everything? He said, no, I don't know anything in the world. Now I understand what he's saying. It's unbelievable. I'm repeating him. But your contacts are your lifeline. If you make good contacts in the world, they become your best friends and support you and back you.
And how do you do that? Because some people may lack the confidence or may not have the skill of how to get out there and connect. How do you do that? How do you start to get out there? What's the best?
Maybe it's my background of being going to international schools all my life. It was very easy to speak to people from different countries, speak to people from around the world, and went off to university. I was alone, so I had to meet people and talk to people, and it just kind of you develop this sort of confidence of being easygoing. And I couldn't give you. Some people have the skill, some people don't have the skill. I'm lucky that I do have this skill of.
So let's say you meet someone randomly or through some social gathering, and you've connected with them. Could you give us a few tips on when you make a connection and to strengthen a relationship? What needs to be done? What's your formula for being great with relationships?
I'm not sure if I'm great, but I'm.
Well, you are great because I wouldn't be here otherwise. And I know what you're like when it comes to connecting with people. You are great.
Somebody, my business partner who's sitting in the other room, he always tells me, you're very quick to make a correct decision on somebody, and if you like somebody, and you meet him for the first time, that's it. You've already made that judgment in your mind that this person, I'd like to know more, like to know what he's doing, and perhaps we can do something, whether it's business related or at least go out for dinner and have a drink. What quality do I look for? I don't like straight shooters. People who are straight shooters, I have a thing for them. I'm a straight shooter. I like that. No. Just this is what it is. This is how life is. Let's talk. Fantastic. I like that. And
then do you go out of your way first to then follow up with someone?
Yes.
So there's something.
Yeah,
it's not just a connection. Leave it. You will follow up.
Yeah, I always follow up. There's always a follow up, whether they come into this office, whether we go for a drink, for dinner, for lunch, for something that we can work on, and then from there you just see their network, see your network, and who knows? You connect somebody to this way, you connect somebody to that way, you connect to yourself. It helps you with your business. Yeah. So many times I've met people.
So this is valuable for those of you who are already chairman, MDs, founders of family businesses, maybe watching this. These are valuable tips for your children, for the next gen, and those who are already next gen entrepreneurs. You please listen to this because it's valuable. Get yourself out there, talk to people, build relationships.
Talk.
What's your thoughts on social media, online relationships versus face-to-face relationships?
Maybe I'm the last of the old school generation, but I prefer a handshake and face-to-face. This online emails, doesn't work for me. I enjoy the connection with a person. I don't know. Some people don't like it. I enjoy it. I had a friend of mine who would never leave his house. He'd order pizza on. Now you can order pizza through your app, but before he used to order pizza online. He never even wanted interaction with people. Wouldn't even pick up the phone. I don't know. I value the fact that I enjoy that connection. It's for me very, very important.
So moving on to one of your businesses, you're in the FMCG drink business. In fact, I've got a couple of your products here. Tell us about this business, and we'll make sure, by the way, for the family business as well as some of the other things we've mentioned, below you'll see some details of the website, where to go, get more information. So tell us about, essentially, how did this start?
So essentially started about 7 years ago. We bought this business a few years ago, actually, and we were a different company before. So anyway, we merged and we became bigger, et cetera, et cetera. So essentially is a cold pressed juice company. We focus on wellness and lifestyle. Whether you would like a juice or a salad in a bottle or a cleanse or a detox program, et cetera, that's what we offer. So what started off as a joke, not really a joke, but as few friends just over a juice, saying we should open a juice business. I just came back from Los Angeles. Okay, let's do it. To now it's actually a very slightly profitable business, but yes, we're doing okay. And we have a big reach from a lot of restaurants, cafes, gas stations.
So tell us more about the industry. People are talking about superfoods. People are talking about becoming vegetarian or vegan, the shift. Drinking the right things. Where are your foods coming from? Well, what's happening here?
Wellness and lifestyle. We don't like to use the word health and organic, but we use the wellness and lifestyle. Is now the new, I don't like to call it fashion or a fad, because this is the new reality of life. People want to live better, people want to live forever. The only way to do that is by consuming quality produce into your body. We all know that. Whatever you say, this is reality. A lot of people have gone vegan, a lot of people are vegetarian, a lot of people have gone off meat, people love meat, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it is what you put into your body versus what you don't put in your body. So.
But you can't make enough of this right now. Yeah, you've got people lined up.
We're extending
up everywhere.
After 1 year of our moving into our warehouse, we're already extending to the warehouse next door. New machinery is coming in. Yes, we are. People have realized that this is not that juice is the way forward. But people realize that they want to be better. They want to feed themselves better. So
can I ask you? You've been involved in all three areas: being part of a family business, starting your own businesses, and then buying a business and then transforming it.
Yes.
Out of all three, what's been the easiest?
Well, having a cushy job and a salary is definitely the easiest. That's for sure. Having a cushy job is. I mean, all the other businesses. I mean,
what's been the most satisfying?
No, I can't tell you what's more satisfying. It's satisfying to work every day with my father and my brothers. That's definitely very satisfying. Our business is our business.
That's good to hear.
Yes, but to grow it from a baby to what it is today is it's you can't put a price on that. But again, without my family business, without our engineering business, without my father, guiding me from day number one, I could never have done this. Never. So to go.
There's support in different ways. Yeah, it's not just financially, it's mentally, emotionally, mentoring from your father.
Sometimes I call him and say, Dad, how did you do this? How did you start this business? 180 employees. I have 15 and I can't keep up.
What's your thoughts on when the next gen, male or female, doesn't matter, but maybe they're not getting on with their father, who's the founder of the business, and they are the next gen? What do you recommend there? Because some people find it very easy to go, I'm out. I don't want to be part of this anymore. I want to do my own thing because I don't want to be part of the family. In your case, you're still part of your family, and you're also running other businesses. I'm
very lucky because my father and the whole family, we're quite close. We're friends, so it makes life easier. I have friends of mine who are terrified of their fathers. It's a bit different. And they've left the business and come back to the business, and the family separates, etc., etc. But I've been very lucky. We are again friends, so it's a matter of support. I can call them any day. We're together all the time. We eat together. We sleep. We live in the similar houses. So we're almost neighbors. So confidence. He's instilled values and confidence in me to go do what I need to do in life. This is what So moving on to a completely different area, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you support the family business, running other ventures, and
being a sportsman.
Oof.
Okay, this is you want to stick around to the end of this episode to hear about this. So how did you get into polo, which I believe is, polo's been around since the 6th century.
Something like that. Yeah. The oldest team sport, or the oldest sport in history is polo.
Yeah, and it's not a cheap sport to get into, is it?
No, it's not a cheap sport, and more than that, it's a very regimented sport. So it's not only money, it is also time that you need to dedicate to the sport. Again, waking up very early, like I like to do.
So how did you get into it?
To be honest, I was leaving this is a funny story. I was leaving the south of France on holiday, going to Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou in Africa. So I got stuck in front of the Saint-Tropez Polo Club on my left-hand side, I remember correctly, and I saw some guy with long hair hitting a ball off a horse. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is polo. And I thought, I could do this. And got to wherever I was going and sat down and looked up on the laptop. I said, play Polo Dubai. And something came up, Dubai Polo Academy, a friend of mine, Steve Thompson.
How old were you at the time?
25, 26 at the time. Mm-hmm. And I called up and I said, when I'm back from Africa, I'd like to schedule a lesson, and I did, and that was 13, 14 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the rest is history, really. But the book is long.
So tell us about the routine and the discipline. So you would train how frequently?
So now that the season has just started, yes. So in the summer season we're off Europe because the weather is very warm, and the season continues overseas. So how do I start? So we start getting the horses ready in September. So you're riding every day around track, so you got to up their fitness.
How many horses do you have now?
There's a few. Let's just leave it at the no need for numbers. There's maybe people don't know about all the numbers.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, but no, there's a few horses. I've got a nice string. Work hard on that. So we get up in the morning, we ride horses, get them fit, make sure they're fed right. There's equipment, there's farriers, there's dentists, there's masseuses, there's the vets come in. And then we schedule our day, what we're going to do in the afternoon. So if there's a match in the afternoon or there's another practice. So we decide on that. We organize a horse list, make sure everything's fine.
So at a professional level, you've been doing this, 14 years? 14 years. When did you go professional and started competing for trophies?
I'm not, I would be professional. This is my full-time job. It's not yet my full-time job, inshallah, as we like to say. So I'm more like an amateur professional, pro-am. Maybe a few years ago I started taking this a bit more seriously, upgraded my horse string, and just decided that I'd like to make this as professional as I can at an amateur level. So I travel the world to play. I visit random people. I've been to Argentina a couple times. I go to England to play. It's it becomes, polo is the passport to the world. That's probably one of the truest.
So what could the viewers take from this? For whether it's from a sports point of view of what does polo give you that also transfers into business?
Yes. Let me tell you, polo is your passport to the world. The amount of contacts I made through polo, who are my business partner, there's a gentleman sitting over there, my business partner today, is incredible. Problems have been solved, money's been collected, new projects, new outcomes, new ventures, it is incredible how the sport of polo connects you to the world and to people. I've sat next to presidents, I've ate with ministers, it is incredible. Polo, I highly, look, if you can, and there is a polo club near you, you must get on a horse and try. And you just see the adrenaline rush and the outcome of your contacts, what happens. Just incredible.
Could you show us, what is this connection with horses? I mean, here in the UAE, the royal family,
yes,
very big into their horses as well. What is this deep connection with horses?
I think people have lost that touch and feel of leather and wood and cane and things that you can't. There's no phone in your hand when you're playing polo, when you're riding a horse. You're completely disconnected. You have to concentrate on what you're doing. It's a sport that it just completely transforms your mind. It's unbelievable. What your connection between man and horse is like nothing else. Like nothing else. You still have that. You smell the leather. You're on grass. There's wood. People have lost that. We're living in an office as we are sitting here right now. There's 3 phones sitting on the table. My laptop, espresso machine, of course, fax machine that even there are faxes still, printers. We miss that nature. Man, where we came from.
So we've got a few minutes left.
Yes.
Well, and for those of you watching, this is one of many episodes that we've got on our channel. So the details are coming out. So if you want to view some of the other episodes with some great entrepreneurs and also chairmen of family businesses. But coming to the end of this episode for now, future for Raja and your family, your legacy,
Yes.
and continue the legacy. What does the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years look like for you? And what's important to
My dream, I always said I was going to retire before the age of 40. I'm 38 now. Let's see. But what am I going to do if I retire? So let's go to serious. I know my father is looking to retire sooner. He's 66 years old. So, but he works.
He's a young
every
man.
day. Yeah, young man. Yeah. But he says, "It's my turn. You've been enjoying your life. It's my turn to enjoy." Of course. So I think the next step is, let's see how that succession takes us. Of course, my brothers and I. And we push forward. I would like to do something with my businesses that make a bit more comfortable, so that we can. I'd like to do something, maybe another business. Who knows?
Okay.
After that, but let's see how things grow. But the future is bright. Alhamdulillah.
And Polo will continue for you. And you want to go amateur, pro?
No. They always say the only way that you get out of polo is by accident or by what's the word I'm looking for? Either you lose all your money, or so you go broke, or you. So hopefully not the two. But yeah, I'm sure we move forward, and inshallah, okay.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Raja. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave us with some comments. Follow the whole episode series at regathwal.tv, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.